Good morning, all of you. Just one. So how was the class for GST? So many of you were watching GST class, took a break, and now we all are back together. Is the volume and screen and all okay? Can you hear me? Good morning, good morning. Keep joining. What a wonderful day it is, It's not always that teachers motivate students. Yesterday, the GST supply class, and it was again live streamed on demand of your students, but all the classes will not be live in YouTube. Those who want to do GST, it's going to be live in Zoom. You have to attend the classes, and for timing, schedule, notes, material, everything, join Telegram group. Now, the motivation is students have written so wonderfully the notes for supply and schedule 1 and 2 and 3, and they have posted in group. Some of them are asking the query, and before I answer, other students are answering. So happy to see that each one of us is motivating one another and marching in this march with motivation to get best result for all of us, right? Okay. Very good morning. Another best thing was that response for the exam, what you all have given is awesome. I'm literally saying, dear, out of 100, not even 5, I can say 3% students are there who dare to prepare for exam and write chapter wise exam. And when you do that, no, just abhi thode aage, when you go for your internship, when you complete, you go for your job and practice, see how headstrong, confident you will be, because you have faced that, you have studied whole weekend and you have written the exam. So anyone who has missed and want to experience this, like scuba diving and snorkeling, वैसा ही experience है, prepare super well for capital gain chapter. This Sunday there will be exam for capital gain, covering up MCQs, numerical problems, theory, everything. Okay, right? Yes. Any doubts are there in clubbing of income in your mind, then please ask here in live chat. If they are there, join the Telegram or the WhatsApp challengers group. Click the picture and send, and wait. Within 24 hours, me, my students, anyone will help you out. I'm also there. So I will also take care that if the doubts, it's a confusion for all of you, I'll surely clear it. Okay. Koi bhi doubt leke final exam mein we don't want to go. Now, straight to today's topic, that is set off and carry forward of losses. What do you think will be the weightage in 50 marks DT paper? 50 marks to IDT. Huh? Even if you are writing final exam or inter exam, if you are listening to me and writing inter exam, do share this with your final friends, because when I teach CMA final DT, I know how important this is. As good as 5 heads of income. You all know what are 5 heads of income? Salary, house property, business head, capital gain, other source. There, how much weightage question is asked? Separate question is compulsory asked for set off and carry forward of losses, 5 to 7 marks. And MCQs and case studies also it is asked. And best part is there is no creativity. In fact, I am not much good in maths, and I am not saying that I am learning maths, क्योंकि मेरे को नहीं सीखना है. Whatever maths was necessary for costing and FM paper is done. But what we are going to do today is the mindset. When all my 5 heads income. Okay, listen, some of you are thinking, ki, ma'am, when will you share the screen and all? So today's topic is coming half an hour. Give me patiently to understand the concept, to learn the concept, and remaining 1.5 is yours. You will do the problem faster than me. It's a challenge for this topic. So dhyan se suno abhi. What I am saying is, when I get income from 5 heads, and maybe for some reason my son minor's income is also clubbed in my hands, I'm ready to pay the tax on my gross total income. So this is called as gross total income. But in gross total income, there are 5 heads. Ma'am, if there is a loss in business and if there is a rental income, can I set off? Yes. So what's the name of this topic? Set off and carry forward of losses. Carry forward को थोड़ी देर park कर दो side में. Right now we are doing set off. You know, when siblings they fight, क्या करते हैं? खुद ही खुद sort कर लेते हैं. जहाँ मेरे को नहीं बात करनी, रात में मिलेंगे. Sometimes if the siblings are not able to sort, then involvement of mother की कोई सुनता नहीं है, then goes to the bade papa, that is father, head of the family. So like that, if there are losses, can we do intra head adjustment? What do you mean by intra head? Within the same head. Within the same head. If there is house property 1 in Hyderabad, loss, house property 2 in Goa, profit, can I set off? Yes. Ma'am, I'm doing 3 businesses. Business 1, leather business, profit. Business 2, Raymond showroom, loss. Can I set off? Yes. Within the same head, you can set off profit and losses. This is called as intra-head. But if house property full, there is a loss. Now can I go out and meet my neighbors? Who are my neighbors? All the other heads. Yeah. So can I set off house property loss in business income? Yes. Ma'am, how will you remember this? So I'm going to give you some concept in coming half an hour. Promise me that you will not take a screenshot and you will not just sit idly and watch. Pick up a notepad and pen if you want to score 6 out of 6 marks in exam and write it with me. लिखो इसको एकदम क्लियरली लिखो एंड दिस इज लाइक इतना सही आता है मैथ्स में बोर्ड मार्क्स कुछ तो है ना some rules of maths are there no minus minus is plus plus minus is minus huh? So like that some set of rules are there. I'm making you write and the way I'm writing is to fit in your mind. Is there 1 mark also theory question and set of answer is no. You have to solve problems, but in the problem how much to set off, how to present, how to read the question paper, all I will cover in 2 hours. This is a live class, not recorded and uploaded. So make sure my live chat is on. Any doubts you have, any hesitation you have, please be comfortable to ask here. ठीक है? तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं, we'll apply this and we'll decide, oh my gross total income should be 8 lakhs business profit, 2 lakh house property loss, so net is only 6 lakhs ma'am. Okay, so how to present, how to write notes will all be clear. Go and grab a notepad if you're not having. I'm to saying every day I'm making you booster write notes. आज इतना अच्छा लगा, you have clicked the picture and send it in challenges group, the GST notes. So keep sharing. You know, the more you share, no one is going to steal you anything. Arey, my handwritten notes. Let it go wherever it goes. No one can, rob you of your vibes, right or not? So let us begin this topic we are dividing. Don't worry about the sections of this chapter, not much important. Set off and carry forward of losses. Dear students, this carry forward is the second part. First, we are dealing with what? Set off part. Okay. Yeah, the latest problems also I will check up. Past exam questions in the DT compiler I have given at 10. Someone in the class thinking now कि ma'am ये material कहाँ से मिलेगा? So the whole DT compiler is provided free to you in the Telegram group. वहां से जाके ले लो and take a printout and then solve the problems with me. ठीक है? अभी नहीं है printout तो अभी you can watch from here. Set off and carry forward of losses. Okay. First, we are taking care of section 70. If you remember, fine. If not, don't worry. Intra-head adjustment. You know how we have in inter-college competition and intra-college competition. So this is like intra-head adjustment within the same head. I want all of you to write. And the way I am giving you clubbing, yesterday you all have written notes for clubbing. तो ये जैसे clubbing और ये हम कर रहे हैं ना, one page if you revise in 7 to 8 minutes before exam, it will be clear to you. So intra-head adjustment within the same head. Can you adjust? Yes. Let us start with the first head. What's the name of first head, dear students? Salary. Salary head, there is no question of loss. No loss. It's the most painful to pay tax under salary head. Yes. Good morning. Good morning, all of you, dear students. Salary head. You know why there is no loss? Because what do you get after adding the basics, the perquisites, the allowances, everything, gross salary, less standard deduction, up to 50,000. Entertainment allowance deducted only for government employees and profession tax, chotu sa. So always the salary is going to be positive. There's no question of set off. You know, if some student is showing loss in the salary and in not realizing, it's not a mistake, it's a blunder. Means you have not understood the basic ki salary mein only 50,000 deduction is allowed. How can you have loss in salary? Right. Come to second head, that is, are you comfortable writing also with me? Wherever you feel I'm writing and explaining fast and you need a pause, ask me to pause, I will. The best gift you can give me is lot of blessings. And second is write it. When I'm saying write it, you will never come and say I have not completed my paper in 3 hours. However, best Deepti ma'am has provided DT compiler notes. इतने अच्छे फ्लो चार्ट तो मैम ने खुद ही बना के दे दिए, फिर भी लिखो. Income from house property. Yes, income from house property. H1, there's profit. H2, there is loss. All of you know, dear students, in income tax, we don't use minus sign. Even I don't like it. We use brackets for minus. So house 1 is profit. House 2 is set off. Is it allowed? Yes. Set off allowed. Intra head set off in house 1, there is profit. House 2. Ma'am, this we have already done in the chapters. Yeah, so good. Third is business and profession. I call it as business head. Can we set off one business loss in another business profit? Yes. But now here, there are two kinds of business which you need to keep separately. One is your normal business income. Maybe you are having business 1, 2, 3. As I said, textile and Raymond's and this and restaurant. Okay. And you can have speculative profit. Speculation profit is you are dealing into the shares and all, futures, options, do be it. So speculative profit separate. Now, the rule says business loss can be set off in business profit. The way I'm writing, right, this is my own developed formula, 100% foolproof. Please see yourself getting 84, 86 marks and message me back. Ma'am, set off ka pura problem correct hai. And to the point, don't do half problem in one sheet in exam and 1.5 page explanation. Why you want to teach to Valier? He knows very well. Ma'am, but study material, अरे बेटा रोज बोलती हूँ, study material notes are explanations for you on. Okay. Business loss can be set off in business profit. Yes. Business loss can be set off in speculative profit. Yes. Now make a box like this. Who are the people who are inside the box? Rigid people. What do you call it as? Introvert people. They don't mix with others. I'm not saying they're good or bad. We don't want to comment. Introvert people are also very beautiful at heart. It's only that they don't like to talk with any ऐसे किसी गुमनाम किसी से बात नहीं करनी. People like us talk, कोई भी मिल गया तो बात करते हैं. अभी क्या है इसके अंदर? Speculative loss. Can we set off in speculative profit? Yes. Speculative loss. Can we set off in business profit? No. And why I have put in bracket? Speculative loss is rigid. It is saying I can be set off either in speculative profit or I can be set off in बस और कुछ नहीं है, अगर मगर कुछ नहीं. Speculative losses, like we have a duplex house and speculative loss is saying first floor. If guests are coming, they don't want to come and down and say hello also. Ma'am, kuch to kuch kara rahe. Trust my way. When I solve the problems, my dialogue will echo in your ears. Yeah, speculative loss rigid, only set off in speculative profit. Speculative loss, can we set off in business income? No. Business loss is flexible. Business loss is saying I can set off in business profit on also. Sorry, I wrote here BH. If you also have written BP. Business loss can be set off in business profit. Yeah. Business loss is saying we can be set off in speculative profit also. No problem. Right? Chalo. Fourth one. What is the fourth head of income? One of my favorites. Capital gain. In 1997, हमारे ज़माने में I missed the classes of capital gain and my teacher said you attend next batch but you have to give a presentation. Since then I realized my teaching skill. Ki okay, when I can teach to my own colleagues, I can teach. And last two decades I have been enjoying this. Chalo. Now capital gain. Short-term capital gain. I hope everyone listening to me now knows because we've completed heads of income. Do you know what is short-term capital gain? Yeah. Within 1 year, you buy and sell the shares. Within 2 years, you buy and sell property. So short-term. Age of the asset. If holding period of the asset is less and you sell it, The profit is or loss is short term, otherwise long term. Short term capital loss, sorry, can we set off in short term capital gain? Yes. Long term capital loss, can we set off? Oh, sorry, why I'm writing like short term capital loss, can we set off in short term capital gain? Yes. Short term capital loss, can we set off in long term capital gain? You know, in house, the smaller people are very favorites. Everyone edges, हाँ चल छोटा है ना जाने दे, छोटा है ना, who is छोटा है ना? Short term. Short term is very smart. Younger ones are very smart in the house. Short term capital loss can be set off in short term capital gain. Yes. Short term capital loss can be set off in long term capital gain. Yes. Again, make a block like this. Yeah, right. Long-term capital loss can be set off in long-term capital gain. Long-term capital loss cannot be set off in short-term capital gain. Short-term capital loss, both में adjust होगा. Huh? Keep little patience, understand, write it, how to make you learn, that is my responsibility. Short-term capital loss can be adjusted in short-term capital gain. Yes. Short-term capital loss can be adjusted in long-term capital gain. Yeah. Chotu, no, very flexible. Long-term capital loss, long-term capital gain. Long-term capital loss cannot be set off in short-term capital gain. But ma'am, we have huge long-term capital loss in shares. If you cannot set off, second step, carry forward. Ma'am, how many years? Next part. Abhi nahi. And then I want all of you to put this also in a bigger block. Why? Short-term capital loss is very flexible in the house. It goes to the duplex house, terrace pay, ground floor, first floor. It is not ready to set up. So short-term capital loss, I want all of you to write here. Short-term capital loss and long-term capital loss cannot be set off with other heads. See, mutually short term is doing with short term and long term. Long term तो और rigid duplex घर में first floor से भी नीचे नहीं आ रहा. Short term is at least doing ground first, ground first, ground. But both of them are staying inside their bungalow. They don't want to come out. You know, I have a doubt here. Can I ask you all? They don't want to come out of their house. Who are very rigid, short term and long term. They never come out of the house in the colony that who are their neighbors. Chalo, let us go and say hi, hello to salary, business. And no, no, no. Can we go to their go home and have chai nashta? Are you got my concept question or not? Can we set off business loss in the capital gain? Yeah, I'll say you. In the next part, I'll make you write. Just answer and understand if you can. They are not ready to come. I'm not reading from any material. Some of the students, they run away if I teach this much. Arey, Dipti ma'am, kuch to atpata padhate hain. But once if you can learn patiently, you will never forget it. We are right now in intra-head. So let's not go out and see what's happening in the colony. Short-term loss can be set off in short-term capital gain, long-term. Long-term capital loss can be set off in long-term capital gain, but not short-term. So many of you are attending live. If you really like, can you put a like when the lecture is live and so many likes are there and comments are there? And if you share it with 4 or 5 of your friends, you will help me in my mission. Ki DT and IDT is super easy. There are some techniques to study it. Somewhere you leave it loose, somewhere you repeat, repeat, repeat and learn and score marks and go ahead in your journey. And superb base I'm building for final also, that I'm very sure. What's the fifth head, beta? Income from other sources. Income from other sources, when there is no question of loss. If you all remember, a recent amendment says that if I have taken loan from someone, listen to this as a story. 2 minutes. Yes or no? I took 1 lakh rupees loan. I invested in Reliance Industries. I took 1 lakh rupees loan at 10,000 interest, 10%. I invested in Reliance Industries. Reliance Industries gave me dividend 2000. All the dividends are taxable in other source. Interim dividend, final dividend, deemed dividend, all dividend basket किधर जाता है? Other source. Bank interest, saving account FD. Now I'm not teaching other source. You all have studied with me. Agricultural income from abroad. Sub. Now when I receive dividend 2000, against this, how much interest I have paid? 10,000. Can I deduct 2,000 income minus 10,000 interest and show loss? Answer is no. The recent amendment says whenever you get dividend, up to 20% of the dividend, you can show the interest. How much dividend I received? 2,000. 2,000's 20% is what? 400. Only 400 dividend you can settle. Interest you can settle. Dividend received less interest paid. 400. Ma'am, but I have paid 10,000 interest. Lakhs. You will not get a deduction. So income from other sources, there's no question of showing loss. Okay. One of the major income from other sources is casual income. Casual income. What is casual income? Winning from lotteries. Can you deduct lottery ticket ka cost? No. I am a housewife, no other income. I got a lottery of 3,50,000. Please give basic exemption. No. No expense. I have won KBC 1 lakh. But I went to and from Mumbai, my train ticket and my other expenses, lodging, boarding, no. So from casual income, no expense, no deduction, no basic exemption, no set off of losses, no cost deducted, no. Casual income is taxable flat at 30%. If there's a raid, that income is taxable here. Search, raid, undisclosed income, 78%. Following or not? So, ma'am, where's the question of loss in income from other sources? Income from horse races. Is horse races legally allowed? In Hyderabad also we have race course. Mumbai also we have. So these horse races, those who are doing business, can they show the loss here? Yes. Ma'am, but if they are doing business, is it not business income? No. Income from horse races will always come here. Okay. So see how I'm writing. I'm still in intra head, within the same head. Income from other sources. I want all of you to write casual income. Casual income. No losses allowed. No basic exemption, no losses, no set off. Done? लिखा आप सबने? Nothing is allowed. Yeah. Business of owning and maintaining horse races. If there is a loss, can be set off from same business and put this all in block. Another rigid person. This is such a beautiful way of dealing with rigid person, you know. So who is rigid? Owning and maintaining horse races. Ma'am, I'm doing owning and maintaining horse races business. Each horse is coming for 2 lakh rupees and I am into loss. Can I show loss? Yes. But don't try to set off that loss in capital gain and business income. And no. Block ke andar hi raho aap. You can set off the business of horse races loss in income from horse races. That too, if the business is continuously carried on. Clear to all of you? Dividend part I'm not making you write beta here because dividend मैंने आपको other source में सब लिखाया है. With example it is there in the DT Sarathi compiler. ठीक है? तो एक बार check करना. So here we complete the first part. I know I'm going little slow as if it's a regular class. दिमाग में जाता ही नहीं कि फास्ट ट्रैक है, फटाफट पढ़ाओ, दिस इज द टेबल, क्लिक द पिक्चर, लिख लेना, चलो लेटर से, ऐसे नहीं होता ना. I'll not get a good sleep if I don't justify this. Yeah, 2 minutes I am pausing. Keep the chat box buzzing, and if it is all clear, can I ask all of you to put a message AC, all clear? And if you have a doubt, ask. Okay, put the message after I revise once. Salary head, no question of loss. House property loss can be set off intrahead with other house property. Business loss can be set off in business income. Business loss can be set off in speculative profit. Speculative loss is rigid. It can be set off only in speculative profit. Business loss can be set off in speculative profit. कोई problem नहीं है. Capital gain. Short term capital loss in short term gain. Short term capital loss in long term gain. हाँ, छोटे वाले बड़े मजे से बड़ों के वार्डरोब में से कपड़े ले लेके पहन लेते हैं. Who is that छोटू? Short term. Short term capital gain is loss is very smart. Set off in short term also and long term also. What about long term? First floor, duplex house. Long-term loss can be set off only in long-term capital gain. Long-term loss cannot be set off. And I've clearly written that these two losses cannot be set off with other heads. That's why that block. I'm writing with one pen because really it takes time for me to keep shifting the colors. I'm not that comfortable. But if you can use only two pens, and in exam you have to use black ballpoint point. Don't draw these charts in exam. किसने पढ़ाया? दीप्ति मैम का नाम बदनाम नहीं करना. Apply this. Income tax is not a theory subject. Income tax is not a practical subject. Income tax is application based subject. ठीक है? Right? चलो. Now we go to the next one, which is still easier than this. Section 71. It says inter-head adjustment. Ma'am, I tried my best to set off the losses within the same head as explained above. But if I'm not able to set off, can I go to inter-head adjustments? Matlab with other heads? Yes, it is allowed. It is allowed. Inter-head means one head loss. So now it's time. Anyhow, Holi is coming, no? So now it's time to go out and meet the neighbors. हो गया अभी घर के घर में बहुत कर लिए मस्ती. चलो बाहर चलते हैं. So here the first important point you have to remember, salary, so there's no question of loss. Salary, no loss. हाँ, सैलरी में कोई लॉस ही नहीं है. Income from house property can be set off in all four heads. Super, most flexible. And actually, it's very scoring in the exam. Who? House property. What it says? House property says house property loss. House property loss can be adjusted in salary. Yes. Business head? Yes. Capital gain? Yes. But capital gain is not coming. House property saying, forget it. Let them not come out of their bungalow. I'll go sit over there, have tea samosa. I'll come. समझ में आ रहा है? House property loss can be set off in capital gain? Yes. House property loss can be set off in other heads? Yes. All. Third, business loss can be set off in three heads. Ma'am, why three heads? Because sad story. Sad story. Because salary and business head not friends. मैम क्या तो लिखा रहे? लिखो तो सही आप. It's full proof. Salary and business head are not friends. Who are not friends? 1 and 3. Salary head 1. Business head 3. 1 and 3 are not friends. 1 and 3 are not friends. So even if there is good, beautiful salary income, and if there is business loss, I cannot set off the business loss in salary. Is this clear to all of you? Done? Done? Ma'am, can we set off business head in house property? Yes. Can we set off business head in capital gain? Yes. Can we set off business head in other source? Yes. That's why I wrote how many heads? 3 heads. How are the booster notes? Clear? Right. So this is all about the third head. Now come to the fourth head. Capital gain. Capital gain में अगर loss आ रहा है, can you set off with other heads? No. Cannot be set off in any other heads. Why, ma'am? Because they are very rigid. They never come out of their bungalow and meet their friends. Acha, what about Chotu? Short-term capital loss, that also. Capital gain is cannot be set off in salary. Capital gain में loss आ रहा है, cannot be set off in house property, cannot be set off in business head, cannot be set off in other source. Done. Yes, right. Come to the fifth head. Same. Income from other sources. Generally, there's no question of loss. And inter head ka, yeah, income from other sources में if there is loss, कौन सा है वो? Horse races loss. वो तो horse races loss, horse races income में ही set off हो रहा है. हाँ, but other losses can be set off here. Yes. Business head, house property, business head, capital gain. Capital gain तो कहीं set off नहीं होता. तो in other source, salary में तो there's no question of loss. House property loss can be set off in salary. Yes, can be set off in income from other source. Is this clear to all of you? Yes, please share the link. All the Sarathi fast track batch is live in the YouTube for all of you. No charges. Material is there in Telegram. You can attend the classes live, clear your doubts here, and share it with your friends. I'm going to do the problems of set off in both the ways, default tax regime and new tax regime. चले आगे. Yeah. Salary cannot be set off in other head. सवाल ही नहीं. What we are in which topic now? Interhead. Means I'm going out of my house and adjusting with others because घर के घर में दाल नहीं गली. तो चलो बाहर चलते हैं. Salary. There's no question of loss. House property can be set off in all the four heads. इसको 5-star KitKat खिलाओ, थोड़ा crown brown पहनाओ. सबसे flexible head है. Business loss cannot be set off in salary. 1 and 3 are not friends. Okay. Can we set off business loss in house property? Yes. Capital gain? Yes. Other source. That's why 3 heads. Capital gain loss cannot be set off anywhere. It's not coming out of the house. And income from other sources loss. Income from other source mein, what did I say? Loss will come only in HR, horse races. Lot of energy I'm putting in explanation, so please allow only Dipti ma'am to write HR. You please write horse races. दीप्ति मैम ने ना 99 में क्लियर कर लिया अपना सीए फाइनल. 2 डिकेड से ज्यादा हो गया. आपको करना है 2 मिनट्स ना बेटा. All right. Thank you for waiting. चलो आगे करते हैं. Anyone is having any doubt here? Oh, there's an amendment in the house property. I missed saying. 1 minute. House property loss can be set off in all the other heads up to 2 lakh. See, generally there are losses in house property. Practically, you know why? Because if the houses are self-occupied and you take housing loan, so there is GAV is nil, NAV is nil, but interest on loan is there, right? So in house property, you can set off the loss with any of the 4 heads up to 2 lakh. Ma'am, but if my house property loss is 5 lakh, up to 2 lakh, you try to set off. Pehle to set off khud ka khud. If not, set off with other heads 2 lakh. If not, carry it forward next year, you can set off. So 80% of the concept is over, I can say. Still something is there. Then while going to the problems, I want you to pay attention how I'm reading the problem. Are you all, so many of you attending live now? Promise me you all have hard copy of DT compiler. Soft copy se nahi padna beta. That result doesn't come. When I'm putting my left hand and reading and solving, I want you all also to do that. Chalo. Salary had no question of loss. इनकम फ्रॉम हाउस प्रॉपर्टी H1 H2 ये हो गया, ठीक है, एंड इंटर हेड ऑल्सो. Okay, I think no revision is required till here, all clear. Then we will go to the second part of this chapter. What is the second part of this? Ma'am, I tried to set off the losses within the same head. Siblings fighting, they tried to set off, didn't work. Then we went to inter head. रूम के बाहर जाके मम्मी को बोले, मम्मी की बात सुनता कौन है? Now go, wait till your father comes. So when set off is not possible, then carry forward the losses. Carry forward the losses. Okay, now beautiful part is when you do carry forward of losses, you can carry it forward for how many years is a question mark. Second is when you carry forward the loss, then also can you go around in other heads? Answer is no. If I carry forward house property loss, house property में ही set off होगा. If I carry forward business loss, business income I can set off. Carry forward capital gain का loss, capital gain. Other source, other source. Are you clear? So put a rubber stamp. Hope you have followed. When you carry forward the losses, you can set off only in the same head. Except there is a Brahmast here. You know what is Brahmast? Mahabharat dekha hoga to. Huh? It's like unabsorbed depreciation. There's a business loss because of the depreciation. Business loss increased. So this unabsorbed depreciation can be carried forward for indefinite period and can be set off in any heads. Shall I make you write with some example so that you remember all this? चलो पहले carry forward of losses लिखते हैं. All losses, number one, point number one, write down. All losses can be carry forward. Can I write CF? आप पूरा लिखोगे, promise. I'm putting lot of energy in explanation. All losses can be carried forward for 8 years to be set off in same head. You can carry forward these losses for 8 years from this year, next 8 years, first year, second year. Ma'am, if I cannot set off, then it will lapse. You cannot set off this cable. So all losses can be carried forward 8 years to be set off in same head. In same head. Okay? Right. What are the losses which can be carried forward for 8 years? Just to make you learn, I am writing little extra. Salary, no question of loss. Ma'am, loss ही नहीं है तो carry forward का क्या सवाल आएगा? I can skip writing this also. Which losses can be carried forward for 8 years? House property? Yes. Then capital gain? Yes. Then, house line से लिखेंगे ना, house property? Yes. Business head? Yes. Capital gain? Yes. And other source में तो loss आने का सवाल ही नहीं. So these losses can be carried forward for 8 years to be set off. House property, business head and capital gain. These losses can be carried forward for 8 years to be set off in same head. Ma'am, you are making us write again. वही लिखा फिर वो तो लिखो ना. Can you spare 1 hour for learning? Hardly 40 minutes are over now. 20 minutes more and finish. Second, all losses can be carried forward for 4 years. See, there are some losses which can be carried forward for 4 years to be set off in same income. You know, like what? Speculative loss. Speculative loss can be carried forward for 4 years. किसमें set off होगा? Speculative profit. Correct है? Are you all clear the way I am writing? All these losses can be carried forward for 4 years. Horse races. You know, if there's a loss due to horse races. Horse races. It can be carried forward for 4 years to be set off in income from horse races. I want to repeat, all the losses can be carried forward if you cannot set off now for 8 years to be set off in the same head, except horse races and speculative losses, which can be carried forward for 4 years. Please wait for 5-10 minutes. Let us apply this and solve beautiful problems. And last one is following losses can be carried forward for indefinite period. Following losses can be carried forward for indefinite period. Okay, what is that? First I said was unabsorbed depreciation. Unabsorbed depreciation can be carried forward for indefinite period to be set off in any income except salary. 1 and 3 are not friends. Star mark this point. यहाँ पे गलती होती है एग्जाम में. They'll give you salary income and they'll say this person was doing earlier business and he has a business loss. Can you set off? No. Unabsorbed depreciation can be carried forward for indefinite period and you can set off in any heads, any income. So it's called Brahmas. See, others तो next year same head, same head, same head. Unabsorbed depreciation इधर घूमो, उधर घूमो, उधर घूमो, कहीं घूमो. Don't go and enter with house number 1. 1 and 3 are not friends. Okay. So unabsorbed depreciation can be carried forward for indefinite period. And another one is loss under section 35 AD. Now, if you have done business head, you know, there are certain specified business, 2-star and above hotel, multi-speciality hospital, production of fertilizers. There's certain specified businesses which government wants to encourage. You know, India is going to become superpower till 2030, 2050, right or not? So 35 AD says that these businesses, if you are doing, your revenue and capital expense both are allowed. So if capital expenditure is allowed in the P&L, obviously you are going to get loss. This can be carried forward for indefinite period, but set off in same business. Same means set off in, you can write income under 35 AD business. I'll explain this with example if you want. Aap likho pehle. Write down. I'm waiting for all of you to complete writing if you have missed anywhere. This part. Carry forward. Once more, I will revise. जैसे गाने के लिए बोलते हैं ना, once more. आप बोलो नहीं बोलो, मैं ही कर दूंगी. Once more. Finished writing. First, try to set off within the same head. If not possible, go intra-head. If not possible, go inter-head. If not possible, carry forward. All the losses can be carried forward for 8 years to be set off in same head, except speculative loss and horse races, which can be carried forward for 4 years to be set off in same head. Following losses can be carried forward for indefinite time, unabsorbed depreciation, and it can be set off in any heads except dare you enter 1. What's dare you enter 1? Salary. 35 AD loss can be carried forward. I hope you all are understanding logically why there will be loss first of all in 35 AD. 35AD में लॉस आने के चांसेस क्यों हैं? देखो, why there will be loss? Because 35AD specified business where revenue and capital all expense are allowed. Clear to all of you? But you can set it off in income. So I'll give an example for this because they have asked this example in MCQs. Example को EX लिखते हैं कि EG. English is not so good in writing. Example, huh? Okay. I have a 5-star hotel in Madurai. You know Madurai Meenakshi temple. It's called as World Heritage Site. And there is a loss. Business loss 8 lakhs. But I already have a 5-star hotel in Agra, Taj Mahal. There is business profit 10 lakhs. Can I set off? Yes. What's the income? 2 lakhs. I want you to write this example and get 2 out of 2 marks in MCQs. If you really understand this, I don't know why live chat is lost after the video is uploaded. I'm not able to overcome ये technological issue. ठीक है, उसका जब जो होगा वो देखेंगे. But right now I'm helping you out with your comments. And once the video is uploaded, then can you comment below if you really understood set off carry forward or you have a doubt, and do share it at least with 5 of your friends. Right. Clear? चलो एक और एग्जाम्पल लिखो. किसके लिए? व्हाट डिड आई से? राइट एग्जाम्पल फॉर unabsorbed depreciation. You know how does that come unabsorbed? Suppose in business there is a loss of 2 lakhs before depreciation. This is example 1. I'm giving you example 2. Business loss before depreciation. Abhi we have not charged depreciation, dear students, but there is loss. What loss? Business loss before depreciation. Let us take it as 3 lakh. Now, can we say, ma'am, already there is loss before depreciation. Depreciation as per section 32, block of asset method. Can we skip? Answer is no. It is mandatory to charge depreciation under section 32 as per block of asset method, WDV method. If there is a loss, minus is plus. I hope you all know. So let the business loss be now 4 lakhs. Are you all with me? I am going little more in depth. How much is your business loss now? 4 lakh. Business loss before depreciation was 3 lakh. Still you have charged depreciation. Of business loss is 4 lakh. This 3 lakh loss you can carry forward. Business loss you can carry forward for 8 years. Set off in business income. This 1 lakh loss can be carried forward for indefinite, because this 1 lakh is loss due to unabsorbed depreciation. Nowhere you will find this example, but I have made it, and now I think it's very clear. Okay, because of 1 lakh unabsorbed depreciation, you're suffering more loss, but 3 lakh loss can be carried forward only for 8 years. Set off in business income. This loss can be carried for indefinite period. To be set off all heads except salary. After writing, if you don't learn, what do I say? How many of you are going to click the picture and send me in the telegram? अरे इसका स्क्रीन का पिक्चर नहीं बेटा, वो वीडियो तो है रहेगा. ये नोट्स व्हाट यू आर राइटिंग. डन? ओके. Now, very important point for MCQs, for case studies, 5-star, KitKat, Eclair. all losses carry forward can be set off. If my writing is not clear, I am dictating word to word. I want all of you to write. All losses carry forward can be set off only if return of income is loss return of income is filed before due date. Except, अभी यहाँ इमोशन आ गया, जरूरत नहीं थी, it was not required, but except income from house property and unabsorbed depreciation. Message me, CMA exam अब तो नहीं है, fill in the blanks, MCQ, CA exam case study, this asked again and again. You want to carry forward, there's a loss in house property, you want to carry forward, make sure you file your return on time, July. See, the people who are having business losses, house property losses, they make sure their return is filed on time. You have an opportunity to file late return by paying 234A interest and all. You can file till December, but this loss will lapse. You cannot carry forward. No. You have to file your return on time. Wait just for 5 minutes. I will apply this and solve the problem and show you how to do it. All losses can be carried forward, can be set off only if the return of income is filed on time, on or before due date, 31st July for tax audit, September and so on. Except house property and unabsorbed depreciation. Are you clear, dear students? House property and unabsorbed depreciation, you can carry forward and set off for 8 years for indefinite period, even if you have filed the return late. That's all. Any doubt in notebook anywhere, ask. I think कितने pages लिखे आपने? 2 pages लिख लिए. I know it would have looked very nice if I would have used different colors, but रंगोली नहीं बनाना है हमको. चलो, let us go and solve the problems with this concept. One second, what happened? Screen sharing, I'm not able. Yeah. Okay, very quickly, can we revise once in 5 minutes and then start the problems? This is what from the same head. From the same head. Speculative loss can be set off in speculative profit. Long-term loss can be set off in long-term. Short-term can be set off in both. Horse races in the same head. Winning from lotteries and all, no losses. Same diagram I have given. Casual income में कोई losses नहीं है. Horse races can be set off in income from horse races, but you have to, that business should go on. Interhead, loss under one head can be set off in another. Except speculative loss, rigid. Business loss can be set off in salary, cannot. I want all of you to underline this in your DT. You all have printout? तो अभी इसका मेकअप करो. इधर से क्राउन पहनाओ, इधर से क्राउन पहनाओ. Business loss cannot be set off in salary. Short-term and long-term loss cannot be set off against any other heads. They are more rigid. Gambling में तो सवाल ही नहीं है. And this one is important. Loss from house property can be set off with other heads up to 2 lakh. And the same balance will be carried forward. Not allowed under 115 BAC. So if you are filing the return under 115 BAC, default tax regime, house property, self-occupied house property, you cannot show a loss. Let out and all में तो है, but self-occupied house property, you cannot show a loss. Ma'am, but you said up to 2 lakh it's allowed. Yeah, if you're filing the return in normal tax regime. If you're filing a return in default tax regime, not allowed. Hey, dekho. Ma'am, one table was there. Why did you make us write? That feedback you have to give. It's a challenge after attending these 2 hours classes. If you're not able to do any problem anywhere, bring it to me. Loss from house property, 8 years to be set off in same head. Business loss, 8 years, same head. Short term and long term, 8 years, same. Okay. but speculative and horse races 4 years from same. And what is indefinite? Unabsorbed depreciation, indefinite period you can carry forward in any income other than salary. Loss from speculative business, indefinite period. Income from speculative business. Is this way clear to all of you? Yeah, right. Now some key points and some are there. Leave it directly. We are going to solve the problems. First problem I'm doing here only. Next I will do it in notebook. And there's a very nice concept that when a partner is deceased, can the firm carry forward his profit and loss? That we will do it little later. Yes. चलें साथ में. Read the problem and interpret while doing. Second thing is, while solving the question, compute the income. This particular amount. This part is used for intra-head. Huh? 1 second. Inner column is used for intra-head, matlab within the same head. And outer column, you write the loss only if it is allowed inter-head. Are you getting? This outer column में you will write. अरे अच्छा स्टार नहीं बना, अच्छा स्टार बनाना आता है ना. हाँ. Inter head you will write here only if it is set off with the other heads permitted. Clear to all of you? Right. And headwise nicely present your answer. Done? चलो साथ में करते हैं. First thing. Yeah, and many times in exam, they'll give you other source, betting and all first. Please solve it headwise. Income from salaries, 5,000 per month. So it is 60,000. Now, because it is 5,000 per month, even if they don't say, you have to give standard deduction 50,000. Even if they give rent received, you have to give the standard deduction. जैसे GAV, municipal tax, NAV, standard deduction, that part. So in salary, income was 60,000, but after standard deduction, it's 10,000. House property. H1, 18,000 profit, H2 loss, H3 loss. आ जाओ. 18,000 profit, these two loss. So these losses I have written in brackets. Okay, clear to all of you, right? Now, 18 I have tried to set off in 32. Still 14,000 is loss. I want to repeat loss. Write it in the outer column if you are sure. Can you set off house property loss in salary? Yes. Can you set off house property loss in business? Yes. Then only write it. Next sum we will do it in notebook. So hope you all are having DT compiler today morning also I posted in the Telegram. So click the picture, stay connected, and one more question concept is left. That is I told you PQR करके एक question है, बहुत important है. थोड़ी देर बात करेंगे. अभी basic कर रहे हैं. चलो. Now, business A, there is a loss. Business B, speculative. Yeah. Business A, there is a loss and speculative income. Can we set off business loss and speculative profit? Yeah. Speculative loss is rigid. Now you are able to correlate my table and here. Yeah. Please comment. Is this clear? Can we set off business loss in the speculative? I gave you yes. So how will you write? See. Business A loss, speculative income, carry forward 10,000 income. Come to capital gain. I know it's easy. So rather than saying, yeah, Dipti ma'am's concept is clear. Now question answer I can do myself. Myself, you will not be able to give to yourself so much of explanation which is pushing. So stay connected for another 45 minutes and this topic is done. Short-term capital loss, 18. Long-term. Short term capital loss, chotu, is flexible. Short term capital gain. Long term capital loss is rigid. It cannot be done in short term. But short term तो दोनों में होगा, है ना? चलो. तो short term capital loss 18, long term capital gain 10. Can we set off short term capital loss in long term capital gain? Yes. But long term capital gain is only 10,000. Now can I set off short term capital loss in other heads? No, block. They are not coming out of their bungalow. Who? Short term and long term. Short term loss can be set off in long term. Yes. I am giving you the interpretation which should go in your mind, and silently you get superbly, clearly you get 6 out of 6 months. So I tried to set off 18 in 10. Okay, still 8,000 short term capital loss. If I can set off 8,000 with other heads, bring it outside. But no, they are rigid. So can I carry forward? Yes. Please remember, after you're completing your answer, total losses to be carried forward, you should write separately. इसको यहाँ पे भी लिखा है, फिर नीचे भी एक बार लिखना चाहिए. Short term capital loss 8,000 we are carrying forward. Ma'am, but short term loss was 18, no? 10 तो you have set off here, no? Yeah. Next. कौन से हेड में हैं हम? Income from other sources. Other sources. आ जाओ. Income from betting directly, it's casual income, taxable. So even though I have other incomes, I'll write here, but betting directly I'll write outside because it cannot be set off anywhere. Now, loss from horse races, 12,000. That will be carry forward to be set off only in income from horse races. For how many years? 4 years. So just carry forward with a note. Don't write loss from horse races here, because horse races loss you cannot set off in dividend and interest income also. Head ke head mein also it is not possible. Now, interest on securities, 18,000. Interest on loan borrowed to invest in securities, 20,000. Can we show a loss here? Yes. Ma'am, you said interest is not allowed more than 20%. That's in case of dividend. When you receive dividend, then interest on loan is not allowed more than 20%. But here 18,000 is interest on securities, and to invest in securities, you have taken a loan and you have paid 20,000. So 2,000 loss. See how beautiful is the presentation. 2,000 loss, can you set off in betting? Intra-head, no. In betting casual income, you cannot set off any loss. Then, ma'am, why did you write here? I can set off this here. I can set off this here. So I wrote it outside. I'm again saying mindset should be clear. This column is very valuable. If you are able to do intra-head, then only you write it here. Is the presentation and all very clear to all of you? Right? Then we will do one sum in writing. Or you have any doubts here, then ask. Little, thode sub problems alag hain. And this is not a revision batch. Already set off revision 1 video is there, where 50 minutes I have covered the whole topic. This is like question answers we are going to practice. This is a fast track batch. तो इसको भी notebook में भी practice करेंगे. Any doubts? No? All clear? Chalo, check this sum on your own, read it, and if you want, you also take 2 minutes break. More than 1 hour we are in front of system. Pani pee ke aao, jaldi se aa jao. 3 minutes break and then hardly 40 minutes class. 1:30 the class will be over. Okay? Right. Quickly assemble back. Any doubts you have, you can put in chat box. All right. Are you all also back? Chalo. Yes, we will take up more problems in writing. Clear to all of you? Shall we do one more problem in writing? Written mein kare. This one we have ticked and checked because the presentation. So use two columns. Write a note also. Proper note. Yeah. Please check this problem number 2. Hoping you all are having the DT compiler. If you are not having, then take a screenshot and then solve the problem with me. Okay? Right. Mr. Laurel submits the following information. Salary, income, taxable. Sometimes they'll give taxable or sometimes they'll give computed. If they say salary income is computed, means it is in bracket. Okay? And you don't have to give the standard deduction as you give in last problem. I am discussing the problem and then while doing it, it will be easy. House property 1 and 2. Can we set off this loss in this profit? Yes. Who says that? Intrahead. Textile business is discontinued on this 10th of October and there's a loss. Brought forward loss is also there. This is current year's loss. This is brought forward loss. So always current year's loss you have to set off first. No ma'am, we will set off brought forward loss. No, because they will lapse. वो 7 साल से brought forward है. If I don't set off now, it will be lost. Then you can't do like that. There's a sequence here. 2 minutes. I'll teach you that. Yeah. Order of the set off of the losses. Current year's loss, capital expenditure on scientific research. You remember family planning expenses allowed only in case of companies. Revenue is fully allowed. Capital is allowed 1/5. Brought forward loss. So always set off current year's losses first, then brought forward loss, then unabsorbed depreciation and unabsorbed earlier years, all this. Okay. No need to remember this. Just remember the logic that current year's losses are to be set off first, then brought forward. So now let us do this in notebook very quickly. Yeah. 1:30 is our lunch time. So if you want to attend live class tomorrow also for deductions, never like before, ATC, ATD, and what is not important, I will do in 5 minutes. What is important, I'll do in 50 minutes. Then have proper breakfast and join at 11 o'clock. It's 11 to 1:30 class for deductions tomorrow. And for material doubt clearing and all, join Telegram. Okay? Chalo. Chemical business, maybe there is a brought forward loss of 1718. So when they say 1718, you have to count. Year ending 19, 1718 का तो loss है. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 8 years you can set off, right or not? This is 8 years. And unabsorbed depreciation to any number of years. See, now this unabsorbed depreciation can be set off with other heads also. Business loss, business profit, house property, capital gain, capital gain. But unabsorbed depreciation, this can be carried forward for indefinite period to be set off in any heads. Bed debts earlier deducted, now recovered. From where you have got this dialogue? Business head. Earlier, bed debt was allowed as expense. And I closed as business. Someone didn't pay me the money. I've put in loss, gone. I've closed business. After 3 years, somewhere I met him. His name was Mahesh. Mahesh Babu, film star. Huh? So the name I'm just taking, Mahesh. So then Mahesh, somewhere I met after 3 years. And he said, ma'am, that time I did not pay you this 40,000. So he's saying, take ma'am. I said, forget it. I've put in bed debts. Bed debt is allowed in my business head as expense. And I have closed that business 3 years back. So I said to Mahesh, forget it. I will also forget. He said, no, ma'am. Karmic account goes on. If I don't have done something wrong and if I don't set off, next I will have to set off. Those who believe, right? So Mahesh gave me 40,000 wherein I'm not doing that business. This bed debt was, say, related to chemical business, which I've closed long back. Now, that time it was allowed as expense. Bad debt allowed as expense. Now recovered. Is it a business income? Yes. Followed all of you or not? So this is 40,000 is very well business income. Then you have business income in leather also. And then interest on securities, which is held as stock in trade. See now, what do you mean by stock in trade? Securities you can hold as investment, तो capital gain आएगा, and interest on securities is taxable in income from other sources. But if you hold securities as stock in trade, matlab you have opening stock of securities, you know, you often do buying and selling and all, then interest on securities, some of the books are taking business income, but going by our study material, it's always taxable in income from other sources. Are you all with me? And please remember unabsorbed depreciation. How is the analysis? Is it clear? Shall we go to notebook? Huh? Of course, I need a little more time because there is, I told you the concept of partnership also. If a partner is deceased, his loss cannot be carried forward में वो बाद में. पहले second problem notebook में करेंगे बिना आंसर देखे. Ma'am, it's already solved in your DT compiler. Let it be solved. हाँ, हम करेंगे इसको अभी notebook में to discuss. So wait, next one or two problems, if they are easy, then we need not do. We can skip right now. We are doing problem number 2 in notebook, and weightage of set off and carry forward is 6 marks exclusive question. And choice में आता है against this 6 marks something else. So it's going to be very easy. Computation of income of Mr. Laurel. Particulars and 2 column. Always start with income from salary. They've directly given the computed income. So I will write it in the outer column because I know in salary head I can set off other losses. Pay attention to Dipti ma'am's explanation. It will give you a lot of clarity for final exam. एक लाइन छोड़ के लिखना income from house property. House 1, 37,000 profit. House 2, 27,000 loss. Are you all with me? Yeah. Can we do intra-head set off? Yes. Still there is an income of how much? 10,000. Okay? Right. Now, after this, what it is? Business income. Now, business income is little different. There are too many things. So, pay attention one by one to business income. First one. Which business income we are getting? Leather business. Always we start with the positive side. Don't start writing list of losses because they have written. हाँ? पहले हम leather business लिखते हैं. कितना? 62,000. Then we have bad debts recovered. Bad debt recovered. Whenever you recover, it's always going to be business income. So total business income is 1,02,000. In this, always set off current year's loss first. So textile business. Are you seeing the question? How you are making choice? Textile business में current year में loss है. And we have closed the business in October 23. 20,000. Can we set off textile business का loss? Yes. Then brought forward textile loss is also there. ये तो current year का है. Brought forward textile business loss. How much that is? 80,000. Yes, we can set off because 8 years are not over. Now we have chemical loss. Chemical loss brought forward from 1718. Chemical loss brought forward from 2017 and 18. How much it is? 25,000. but I can set off how much? Only 2000. Are you all with me? Inner column में लिखेंगे chemical loss 25,000. 2000 तो आपने set off किया. Why 2000? Because income is over. 20,000 current year's loss. We're brought forward 1 lakh. Income is only 1 lakh 2,000. So outer column write down business income nil. But chemical loss is 25. How much you have set off? 2,000. Chemical loss carried forward is 23,000. Remaining chemical loss you can carry it forward. Nice. Okay. After that, which loss you have? Unabsorbed depreciation. 15,000 loss. Now listen all of you, I'm going little more slow and I want to take a pause. Never I take a problem in half of the problem, but here I want to pause. यहाँ तक किसी को कोई doubt है? Is anyone having any loss still here in presentation? Salary I have written in outer column. Salary is most confident. आ जाओ. Any losses I will absorb. House property, intra and then outside. Business may I have set off current year's loss first, then brought forward loss. Brought forward loss of chemical was 25, but I have set off only 2. 23. Some of you are like, ma'am, can we set off first chemical and then textile? Yes, allowed. Set off of the losses में flexibility है. If you have a confusion, you can write note in exam. Okay. Now, some of you may be thinking, ma'am, unabsorbed depreciation is related to business head. So why don't you show a loss and write in outer column? How much is unabsorbed depreciation loss? 15,000. And if you have checked the problem, there is income from other sources. So can I set off there? Income from other. There are 2-3 ways. Either I can write unabsorbed depreciation outer column directly. Unabsorbed depreciation outer column 15,000. Why? Because I can set off unabsorbed depreciation 10,000 in house property. I cannot set off unabsorbed depreciation in salary income because 1 and 3 are not friends. Income from other sources में income क्या है लिख दो? Interest on securities. How much that is? 10,000. So when I write like this, I am assuming ki unabsorbed depreciation 10,000. See, unabsorbed depreciation can be set off in other securities, yes. And 5,000 you can set off here. Or, ma'am, can I set off 10,000 here and 5 here? Yes, no problem. Are you getting or not? If some of you want to write it, I want to write here option 2. I can write like this. House property loss में unabsorbed depreciation पूरा set off कर दो, बाहर nil लिख दो. And securities, how much they are? 10,000. In that 5,000. Why 5? Because 10 though I have set off here. And outer column just write 5. Your answer will come same. Abhi bhi it is getting set off. Interest on securities is not loss, it's profit. I hope you are getting 10 and 10, 20 plus and 15 minus. So 5,000 anyhow is getting set off, followed or not. 15,000 unabsorbed loss, you can set off in house property and security mein thoda, or you can set off in security and this. So better you can write it directly like this. So automatically it gets set off. Now what is your gross total income? Don't write total income. Tomorrow we are doing deductions, one concept, one problem. So after that, what you get, you call it as total income. So right now, what is the gross total income? Yeah, 15 to 10 to pura absorb ho gaya. This will be 5. And orally we can do this is 53,000. Please ask your ifs and buts in the live chat. And if it is very clear, put me a message AC, all clear. clear to all of you? AC, all clear? Have you written in the notebook? Yeah, some of the books, as I said, they are presenting like this. One more, they make 3 columns. And in the inner column only, house property 10,000. Against that, unabsorbed depreciation, you can write ye, shall I write and you? 10,000. फिर unabsorbed depreciation को set off करो 10,000 and outer column nil. That way presentation is also allowed. And if you want, you can write a note also, dear students. Clear, nice problem. Problem number 2. Now you tell me, first problem we have done orally. Second problem we have solved it in writing. Third one is very simple, but you want any problem to be taken in notebook, do let me know by your choice. Chalo. For practice, we will check each and every problem of this chapter, and then last we will cover up the partnership ka concept. Mr. Hardy furnishes following information. Loss from trading in securities derivative, not a speculative. Derivatives is trading in futures and options. Some of you may not have heard this name also. Futures and options. We book the securities at a future date at rate. Then on that date, if I have booked it at 88, if the rate is 100, I get 12 rupees profit. If the rate is 82, I have to pay 82 and 88.6. Like that. Okay. So it is not but treated as a speculative business. Trading from derivative market is not a speculative business. Ma'am, who said so? Business head. Go and check business head first page. Speculative business is, generally where we don't get delivery of item. For example, if it is the festival season, Ganesh festival, Dashera, Diwali, people do hoarding of sugar. Hoarding मतलब ऐसे stock करके रखते हैं sugar. And then 1,000 bags sugar they purchase and in one day they sell it at on more profit. So are they actually taking the delivery of the sugar bags? No. So these kind of businesses are called speculative business. But trading in derivative market is not a speculative. So can I say this is my normal business loss? Yes. And profit from speculative business. Just 1 second, dear students, I am coming. Just as emergency, you all read the question. कावट के लिए खेद है. There's some, my mother-in-law is senior, so sometimes if they need, they call me. Okay, what I was saying now. Okay, can we check orally and solve with the interpretation? Are you comfortable this way also? Then tell me, क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग? Can we set off this business loss in the profit? Yes. Long-term capital loss on sale of unlisted shares. Short-term capital loss and short-term capital gain. In short-term capital gain, can we set off short-term capital loss? Yes. Still remaining will be carried forward. Okay. I think forget about the answer. We can just write it here. It's like a 2 minutes sum. Huh? 1,50,000 में ये 50,000 set off होगा. Yes. So 1 lakh will go outer column. Long-term capital loss straight carry forward to be set off only in long-term capital gain. Who is long-term capital loss? Rigid, duplex house, first floor. Jewelry, short-term capital gain may can be set off short-term loss? Yes. But still there's a loss of 15,000. Okay. So these two losses carry forward. What's your final income? 1 lakh. Check. Check, all clear. Nice. Yeah. Summarized balance sheet. All the problems are of very professional quality and different. Check up this one. This is add and less concept. Huh? So this is a summarized balance sheet of Kumbhakaran. Okay. GP, they have given dividend. Now some concept of business head and some concept of set off. How? Let us do it. Net profit is 2,80,000. But this 2 lakh includes dividend income. Dividend income is not taxable in business head. It is taxable in other source down here. So remove it less. If dividend income is not taxable, remove. Now what's your business income? 180. In this 180, you have speculative profit also. Add. So you got 210. Now can we set off the cloth loss? Yes. Can we set off proprietary business which is in the name of the minor? Okay, because minor's profit belongs to me, so minor's loss also belongs to me. Loss in the business carried in name of minor? Yes. He had brought forward loss. Return filed on time? Yes. So like this, when you do, you are getting the business income. And in that, if you set off the loss, you are getting business income 84 and income from. So these are small, beautiful problems. Okay. Fifth problem is very easy. You can do it as homework. Sixth one is already asked in exam. So I'm checking it orally. Okay. And then we will go to the last concept of this chapter. As I said, partner's loss. Will you surely do the fifth problem as homework and ask me any doubt if you have when we meet for deductions? Soham submitted following details. Income from salary given. Okay, right. Income from house property, there's a loss. Can we set off house property loss in salary? Yes. Income from sugar business. Loss from iron ore, 1,20,000. It's 2010-11 loss. What should I do? I want someone to answer in the chat box. And don't leave the class without saying thank you. When I say thank you to you for trusting me and listening till here, you should say thank you so that that thank you vibrates and the knowledge is actually going. I to believe all this a lot. That keeps you also uplifted. So don't just walk out like that. हाँ पर पहले इसका आंसर बोलो. I am waiting. Someone should answer this. इसका क्या करूं? Loss from iron ore. 1,20,000. What should I do? I don't know. You say. दीप्ति मैम नहीं पढ़ाते ना सब. आप बोलो बेटा क्या करें इसका. Iron ore loss. Can we carry forward and set off? Yes. For how many years? 8 years. This business was discontinued in 11. तो ये तब का loss है. 11 to 8 years. Over in 19. So this loss has lapsed. What will you do? Nothing. Don't set off this loss. Just write a note and leave. Short-term capital loss. Can we set off in long-term capital gain? Yes. Still short-term capital loss is more. Can we carry forward? Yes. Dividend income, where it will be taxable others. I know, abhi it's all like ek mein, but it will be clear. Income received from lottery, winning from card games. These are all casual income. Dare you set off any loss in casual income? Huh? Agricultural income, anyhow exempt. Long-term capital gain, 10,000. Can we set off short-term and long-term? Yes. Short-term capital loss bhi hai. You all know what is 111A, short-term capital loss on sale of securities where STT is charged. Yeah. And bank interest. So you are seeing lot of things are given haphazard. Now, when you solve it, start first with income from salary. Dekho, inner column. Can I set off house property loss in salary? You can set off house property loss in other source also. But here they have set off in salary. And so salary income they have written. Ma'am, can we do like this also? Yes. Or you can write in outer column 3 lakh and 40,000. तो भी तो वो automatically set off हो गया ना. Now come to business income. Sugar business income. I'm going one by one. Iron ore lapsed. So over. Now come to short-term capital loss. Short-term capital loss कितना है 60,000. Long-term capital gain is 40,000. So first we will write long-term capital gain. Short-term loss को अभी pending रखा है. Now come down. One more long-term capital gain is there, 10,000. So what's total long-term capital gain? 50,000. And what is short-term capital loss here? 60. Did you get it? 60,000 loss is there. Long-term is this and this. 40 and 10, 50. But short-term capital loss is 60,000. Can we set off short-term capital loss and long-term capital gain? Yes. Still short-term capital loss, carry forward, outer column, nil. Khatam? Right. And one more short-term capital loss is there. Oh, this 60 only we were not able to set off. So this to straight, can I carry forward? Yes. Kar lo. Done? Right. Now come to other source. Other source, we have dividend income. Write down. Lottery. You know, income from other sources, if they give net income after TDS, you have to gross up. Ma'am, how do we do grossing up? Taught to you in income from other source lecture. 50,000. चलें साथ में. Dividend we have written. Lottery we have written. Card games 6,000 we will write. Agricultural income will write in inner column, outer column exempt. Agricultural income received from India is exempt. Received from outside India is taxable in other source. And bank interest is there 5,000. Done. If it is a saving bank account interest, you will get 80 TTA reduction. हो गया. Clear to all of you? Lot of energy is required when you take classes like this. So keep commenting, keep sharing. Anyone is having any doubt? I'm telling you, you all have learned set of rules more better than me. Pakka. Dipti ma'am ka first 40 minutes suna to you have learned it. But many times the students make mistake in presentation. Or they write lot of repeated thing in notes. Oh, 3, 4 lines notes to explain. First we have set off this. Array, don't write all that. To the point notes you write enough. This problem is again two-liner. Last concept now I'm going for. If this comes in exam, this same problem number 8 will come for sure. Now what is this? It's a beautiful concept. You know, listen. First you answer few things logically. Dekho. Whenever a running business is sold to someone, a neighbor or a friend, he is taking over my running business, which was in loss. Can my loss be set off by him? No. If my business carried on in my same name by my son, legal heir, by inheritance, by will, same brand he is running, my son, and same loss, can he set off? Yes. Are you getting the difference? Running business, if I sell it to my neighbor, friend, or any outsider, this is my loss. Usko business दे दिया, loss he cannot set off. If the same business is inherited by children, yeah, maybe mine is a proprietorship firm, but my 3 children will form partnership. Same business, same fund, same format, going concern, it's going on. Then my loss can be carried forward and set off by my son in the same business. Carry forward for 8 years in the same head, वो सब same apply होगा. Now it is, there's a partnership firm, PQR. R is going, bye-bye. He's retiring or deceased. We do these problems, no, in partnership firm. So R is retiring and going. Okay. Now this firm is already having loss. P and Q are saying, okay, chalo, we will continue the partnership. But R has gone. R's share of loss cannot be carried forward by P and Q. Are you getting? In a partnership firm, All the profit and losses are shared in the partners according to their PSR and all. So if R is deceased or R retires, his share of loss cannot be carried forward for P and Q except unabsorbed depreciation. Unabsorbed depreciation, any ways it will be carried forward, whether it belongs to proprietorship concern or partnership or company or anyhow. Clear to all of you? Right. So that's all for this concept. अरे खत्म नहीं हुआ है. We are working out the problem. अभी तो मैंने orally आपको पढ़ाया. देखो. Many times, if you have seen set of carry forward, chapter is over without touching this concept. And if this same problem comes in exam for 4 marks, क्या करोगे? 4 out of 4 लेंगे मैम. Carry forward and set off of loss of firm in case of change in constitution due to death or retirement. That's what I told you. When there's a change in constitution of the firm, the proportionate loss of retired or deceased partner shall not be carried forward by the firm. Proportionate loss cannot be carried forward by firm. But this provision does not apply to unabsorbed depreciation. Oh, and this does not apply in case of change. You know, so many times PQLR partner is not retiring and deceased, but mutually between them they change the profit sharing ratios. I'm like missing so much my accounts. Accounts also I got 95 and I used to teach. Abhi maine, because of this so many amendments in GST and income tax I stopped. But I remember like how beautiful is partnership, branch accounting. So only if there is a change in PSR, this whole concept doesn't apply. Yeah, if the partner is retiring or deceased, then it applies. ठीक है? चलो. PQL are partners in a firm sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 1 is to 1 is to 2. Provided the following information. ठीक है ना? Right. Find the firm's net income assuming that salary and interest are not paid to partners. Okay. So there's already a problem solved. Let us check it. And if it is not clear or you want more explanation or you want to write it, let me know. This is a question and this is the answer. अब देखो PQRR partners in the ratio of 1 is to 1 is to 2. तो पहले PSR. I don't know if you are doing partnership. Always your working note 1 should be PSR. Always your working note 2 should be goodwill. You know, when you do like this in exam, now and then you are not searching in the problem. अरे PSR कितना था क्या? अरे लिख के रख लो working note 1 में. चलो. Find the net income. Okay, what is the income of 20 to 23? Last year there was a loss, 1,20,000, out of which unabsorbed depreciation was 40,000. So even if one partner is going, can you carry forward the unabsorbed depreciation? Yes. So how much profit will lapse? Out of 80,000, R is retiring. So R ka loss you cannot carry forward. You know, keep patience, huh, dear students. If you have heard this for the first time, it will take little time to absorb. Last year, 20 to 23 loss of the firm was 1,20,000. Out of which 40,000. समझ में आ रहा है आप सबको? 40,000 is unabsorbed depreciation which can be smoothly carried forward, no problem, even if R is going. Now 80,000. 80,000. R retires on 31st May. So for 2 months, will he get the profit of the current year also? Correct? The firm's income of 23-24 is 2,10,000. Okay, right. Now 80,000 में R का शेयर कितना है? R का रेशो कितना है? P Q R. R's ratio is 2/4. So 80,000 loss into 2/4, 40,000 loss will lapse. Are you getting? 40,000 loss will lapse. Now, R is going, if he would have gone 31st March, no problem was over. R's ka loss 40,000, firm cannot carry forward. Remaining 40,000 depreciation and 40,000 other two partners loss, 1:1 carry forward kar lo. Problem would have been over. But the problem adjustment is he's going on 31st May and this year's profit is 2,10,000. In that our share is 2/4 into 2/12 months. Can we give him 2 months profit? Yeah. So to R, we are giving 2 months profit. Now this profit can be set off against his own loss. Profit we have to give R for 2 months is 17,500 and R's loss is 40,000. So against that can we adjust? We are doing all this from the partnership firm's viewpoint. As a teacher, it's very lucrative to take easy things in YouTube and sab aa gaya, sab aa gaya, sab aa gaya, and then the professional exam, professional question paper, students lose. So it's not कि मैं अपनी बड़ाई कर रही हूँ. I'm just giving you an alert sign. Whenever you study anywhere, live classes or these classes, check up the quality of the concept and the quality of the questions. This is not a degree exam for sure. So you need to go little in depth many times. Now your loss which is lapsing is 40,000. Against that, can we set off his profit? Yes. Now what is the R's loss? 22,500. Are you all with me? R का loss कितना है? 22,500, which cannot be set off. Remaining can be carried forward and set off. Now look at the story. How much was last year's loss of partnership firm? 120. Out of that 40,000, you go ahead. 40,000 को marathon में पहले भागने दो. Go. 40,000 depreciation. You can go. 80. Out of 80, what is R's loss? 2/4, 40,000. But in that we have adjusted his profit also. So now R's loss is only 22,500, which will lapse. Still 57,500 loss P and Q can carry forward. So this 40 and this 57. Now, what is current year's income? 2,10,000. In this, can they set off unabsorbed depreciation? Yes. Can they set off 57,500 unabsorbed depreciation? तो set off होगा ना current year में. And last year's loss brought forward is 80,000. But because a part of it is given to R, we can set off only 57,500. There's a different and a very easy way which I like it logically, but then books are using this format only. You want me to say that? अरे बहुत easy है और एक भी है. I'll just try and write here. If you understand, actually this much is enough. What is the gist of all this? Can I get some noise in the chat box? Easy or not? Now the concept is clear. At least if they ask one bit out of it in 2 marks MCQ, will you do it thoroughly? करेंगे? What is not clear? Ask. Okay. Chalo, I'll explain. Last year's loss is 120. 40 so you can anyhow do. And 80 is also there. Right? Out of 80, how much is his share? 40,000. Nikal do. Now, current year's income is 210. In current year's income, another way says, R को उसका profit दे दो. This year's whole profit is 2,10,000. Yeah, business income, I'll repeat. See, first, can I go with a different way? This year's income is 2,10,000. In that R is going, ma'am, bye-bye करके उसको कर दो खत्म उसका काम. 17,500. How much you are getting? Use the same calculator in my class which you are going to use in final exam. And when Dipti ma'am is calculating, you also calculate. कितना आ रहा है? 2,10,000 minus 17,500. Arey 17,500 give to R, his share of profit. So now 192,500 profit belongs to whom? P and Q. And then P and Q. 192,500. In that, can we set off 40,000? Unabsorbed depreciation, can we set off 40,000? Yeah. And out of 80,000, our share was 40,000. So remaining 40,000. Unabsorbed depreciation is 40,000. और P और Q का शेयर 40 है. कैसे पता चला? In 80, 1/4 and 1/4. 20 और 20 P और Q का है. हो गया. What is your business income? 1,12,500. It's the same answer. If you want, you can take down. This is logically correct. I feel like what we do in accounts is, in the current year's profit, if a partner is going in between, give him his share of profit. R is going now, go, take your share. Now out of this, can I set off last year's 1,20,000? No. In that 40 is unabsorbed depreciation. Yes. Out of 80, 40 belong to R. So only remaining 40. अब R अपने 40 में वो set off कर लेगा. Here from 40 they have set off and then done. I am doing this set off first and then 40 fully. Whatever way you understand, is it clear now? Business income. Current year's business income is the gist of this, which can be asked in MCQs. If you want, pause the video and इसको लिख लेना अगर आप फिर से recording देख रहे हो तो. Clear to all of you? So when there is a change in the constitution of firm, just PSR is changing, ignore. Yeah, if a partner is retiring and deceased, his share of loss cannot be carried forward by other partners, and this is logically beautiful. So here we end the portion for CA students. For CMA students, small extra knowledge is there. Now if you want, you can read है CMA Inter में, but कम ही पूछते हैं. They ask in final only. देखो. This points you will remember all the losses. I think enough I have done. Ki return of income you have to find. When there is a change has occurred in constitution, loss attributable to the deceased partner shall not be allowed to be carried forward. And this restriction does not apply to unabsorbed depreciation. I think only this part can be asked to all of you. Now, where a person is carrying on profession is succeeded in such capacity by another person, otherwise than by inheritance, then successor cannot have the loss of predecessor. Outrightly, if I am selling my business to my neighbor, to my employee, कि अब तुम दुकान चला लो, not allowed. But otherwise, then by inheritance. Inheritance set off allowed. I told you father's business taken on. When business is succeeded by inheritance, legal heirs are entitled to the benefit of loss, even if legal heirs form a partnership firm. Father's business was proprietorship. Three children are saying we'll carry the same legacy, the same brand, the same business, and we three will become partners. Still, you can set off. This they will not ask like this theory. They will ask you MCQ. Yes. Now, one beautiful one-liner concept for losses in case of closely held company. What do you mean by closely held company? Private company. Private company, if there is a loss, the day there is a loss, I'll explain with an example. 1920 में private company में 5 shareholders are there. Okay. And there's a loss of 2 lakh. Now in 23-24, you want to 8 lakhs profit. You want to set off this loss. Are you all with me? It's a private company. 1920, there was a business loss. I want to set off this business loss with 23-24 profit, 8 lakhs. I can do so provided 51% of shareholders here and 51% of shareholders here are same. 1920, there were A, B, C, D as shareholder. It's a private company. So at least A, B, C, more than 51% of shareholders should be same. That's a one line. C. Company shall ensure that on the last day of the previous year in which loss came and the set off is there, the shares carrying not less than 51 voting power are held by the person. Okay. Held the shares not less than 51% voting power on the last day previous year in which loss occurred. So the day loss occurred and the day now 51% of the shareholders should be same. Okay. This will not apply if there is a death of a shareholder or gift. One shareholder has gone, another has come, or there is amalgamation, merger, and all. Then obviously the shareholders will change. No, if the private company is merging, or it is demerging, or there is conversion and all. This one is a latest one-line amendment, but we always know it logically. If total income includes undisclosed income, consequently to search under section 132 or survey, no losses can be set off. So beautiful, so beautiful. Mr. Beans कि यहाँ पे there is an income tax raid which you call it as search and seizure in financial year 23-24 and undisclosed income is recovered 3 crore. He is liable to pay tax on 3 crore at 78%. Are you listening to me like a story? Undisclosed income, whenever it is caught up, you have to pay 78% tax. Clear to all of you? Yeah. Now he's saying, okay, chalo, I agree this income I didn't disclose. You take 78% tax. But I have a business loss of 5 crore. Allow me to set off, no? A genuine business loss. I filed my return on time. I can show you all the proof. Why you're not allowing me to set off? This is a black money, illegal income, which you didn't disclose. We have recovered it. After exam, do watch Ajay Devgan's Raid movie. It will be clear. So whenever these kind of income are disclosed, it will be taxable at 78%. This you cannot set off. Genuinely, I have filed my return on time. I have 5 crore business loss. If this black money is caught up now 3 crore, I am ready to pay tax 78%. पहले set off तो allow करो, कोई set off नहीं मिलता. No set off is allowed from undisclosed income. No expenditure is allowed. Okay, I am a female and for me basic exemption you allow. Nothing said no, 78% flat you have to pay tax. So here we complete set off and carry forward of losses. We took little late because there was GST live class also today. GST classes are actually, if you want to join, it's not going to be live in YouTube. Please listen carefully. These live classes are free for all the students who want to join our Zoom link. And for that in Telegram, we will send again today Google form you have to fill up. You will be added in the WhatsApp group and through Zoom because the quality of learning in Zoom is way beyond this. मतलब मैम जहाँ बैठे उसी को critics कर रहे, sorry, I'm not criticizing. This is like forever it will stay here. I don't know how many years my health will permit and I'll teach. So let this knowledge pass on to BCom students, CA students, my students who are teaching in college, in degree college taxation. जिसको पढ़ना है पढ़ो. But it is not from my side. My performance is same in the Zoom and here. But from student side, GST is a dynamic subject. And when you learn one-to-one with a teacher, when you answer in the class, when you understand and still you unmute and revise for a teacher, that's where you score 80 plus marks in DT. So really, if you want to learn super well, attend tomorrow's deduction class also like this, only one concept, but promise me you take a printout, do the homework of set off, right? That will be my Guru Dakshina, right? See you all tomorrow at 11 o'clock sharp. And for deductions class and GST class is alternate day right now because of the offline class schedule. Then we'll make it online. So tomorrow 6:15 to 8:15 on Zoom, not live in YouTube. If you want to join, don't comment below. WhatsApp link question mark. आप लोग कैसे बात करते हैं टीचर से? WhatsApp link question mark. Listen, no, I said you have to fill up the Google form. So join the Telegram. In every video description, we are giving Telegram link. Join that. Don't be so lenient in your talk. I will not mind. But if you want to have that level raised for yourself, be at a very good quality. We have that professional quality as a student, as a teacher. We all need that, right? So, with this, closing the class for today. Any more doubts anyone is having in clubbing, in set of carry forward? Ask. No doubts, all clear. Then thank you. Thank you. बोले बिना जाना नहीं. That vibrates. That's what, the messages are going ki, okay, feel it, say it, so that all my knowledge is going to be in your mind till you write your exam. And even for final year, building up a superb base. Thank you so much for watching the video till here and for trusting me that I could give so much of best. When you students are there, you keep commenting, you keep asking doubts, or you keep pushing, ma'am, until now all clear. That motivates a teacher also. I would not be asking so much if it is offline class. Offline class, 80 students, 100, 200, one screen is going on in your face. Teacher can see कौन class में है, who is not in the class, who is in the class and absent. I don't have to ask you. Done? Right. Thank you. Bye-bye all of you.